Hey everyone, welcome to an all new episode of the One Team We Agree On. I'm Kyle,
I'm Jillian.
and we welcome you to today's show. And we just got back from Subaru Park. Jillian and I were down at the season ticket member holiday party. On the way back, we decided to go live and talk to you guys a little bit about today, our experiences. Did you have fun?
I did.
It was a really fun day.
It was. It was a nice day too.
It was, and we did a little walking around. We'll go into a little bit more of that. And then also, the Union signed a new play. Well, traded for a new player this week. With Orlando, we'll get into that a little bit about adding some depth at the midfield, which Ernst had said during the season ending meeting. And then we're also going to talk a little bit about what's the best food in SOOB. We had this discussion at the Laramie today. What's the best food? And then we're also going to talk about some of our food on the road. But before we get started, first off, what are you wearing today?
I am wearing my Sons of Ben, ugly sweater.
Yes, and this is actually on our family picture from last year. Yes, we wore that, and I think I had the Trogs Mad Elf, my ugly holiday Mad Elf
Yes, you
sweater.
did.
That's my holiday sweater. And I'm actually, speaking of Laramie, I am wearing the Laramie dupe shirt. We got that, I think, right after like one of the early seasons games.
Yeah, that's our usual go-to spot after the games because we hate sitting in traffic. So,
And you
yeah, we
know,
go chill there.
and to be honest, and this isn't a plug for Laramie, although I really
We'll
love.
plug you. We enjoy it.
Yes, they don't sponsor the show. But the truth of the matter is, I mean, the beers aren't really high ABV, so you can sit there and have a nice beer at the end of a long day of hanging out, watching Union, and then just drive home. So, but before we go ahead and get started, make sure if you want to interact on us, we're on Twitter. Our Twitter feed is TOTWAG. That's the One Team We Agree On. And then you can also follow the action on the One Team We Agree On, all one word. And then I'm on Twitter personally at Coach Omni.
And I'm at silly double underscore Jilly.
All right, so we'll go ahead and get started. So let's talk about today's holiday event. We decided to go down and just wanted to see this because I'd heard some good things. And it was out the power complex there, the old power plant there in Chester. So we wanted to see what that was like and see kind of the ins and outs.
Yeah, first time we'd been inside there.
Yeah, what'd you think?
I thought it was really nice. They had a lot of nice decoration with union things there, first of all, but nice decorations for the holidays as well. Um, we go in and they have, Christmas tree and they had lots of different activities, which we're gonna go into.
Yeah, I mean, getting in was the fun part.
We tried to go in and it's like the sliding door would not open. We felt like
we're like, are we at the right place? And the guy was like, yeah, they forgot to push a button.
Yeah.
So no, that was just fun. But everybody there was awesome. So we did take a picture.
Yeah. So
with
first
the Eastern Conference trophy. So with Fang.
With Fang. So yeah, we got a picture. They had a photographer there. They're gonna post it later, and we'll post that picture then on Twitter. But yeah, we got a picture with Fang and the Eastern Conference champion trophy. Get that?
Yeah. So your thoughts on the trophy itself? Is it a trophy?
Well, a cup. It's a.
Well, is it just a little cup? Like, so I've seen people say it's just a small little cup.
I mean, it's not a paper. It's not a paperweight. I mean, it's
huge.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's a trophy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a trophy.
A cup. No, and I mean, I get it's not the MLS Cup.
It's not the MLS Cup. It's not the Shield.
No.
We've held the Shield. The Shield was substantial,
but it's cool. It just says Eastern Conference champions, and it was just cool to sit there and sit. And then as we were walking out, we took a selfie and some other pictures of it, and I think Jillian's posted those on her profile, so you can check them out. But outside of that, I'm trying to think what else. So we walked in, but the thing I liked about that complex is it showed like the homage to like when it was a power plant. They
Right.
had the old coal cars, they had the old boilers, they had the
Mhm.
old burn gates, they had all the old stuff. That was a lot of it was covered in union, some
Mhm.
wasn't.
Mhm.
There were kids covering, climbing
Kids
on
climbing on
the
the
old
things.
boiler. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, and so I think they did a really nice job. It's very professional. Like if I was
Mhm.
a academy kid or I was like a free agent, I walked in there, I'd be like, this is a real professional. Now,
Mhm.
the other thing is there's other businesses in there, but
Mhm.
the union side's really nice. It's all
Mhm.
unioned out with pictures. We saw the last year's Eastern Conference Finals picture. They had that
Mhm.
up there.
Yeah, picture of them. We're like, oh hey, there's us. I
Yeah,
mean, like we can see our actuals. We're like, oh, we're in there.
yeah, and the best part is the guy was like, what's that from? And we're like looking at all
We're
the
like
players,
the COVID game,
the
the Eastern
COVID game,
Conference
because
final.
there's like all the whole line of NYCFC, and then there's like small line of like union
Yeah.
players. But anyway, overall, I thought the activities there were fun.
Yeah.
They had the FIFA. Yeah, they had
You could play
FIFA.
FIFA.
They had the
Well, there was color. You could make holiday cards that they're gonna give to the team.
which we did.
Yeah, like so you could color and stuff. I mean, it was mostly for it was for the kids, but anyone could really do it. And we're like, oh yeah, we want to color. You're not too old for that. So
And then we
we
wrote,
colored some cards and we wrote nice notes to the team. Kyle's favorite player,
and one of
to
your favorite
Mikhail.
players.
Yes, I wrote, I wished Kaya for Vinachten.
Yeah, so hopefully they get them. And then the food was in the commissary. They had cookies, which by the time after we
The
were done,
cookies were pretty much
gone.
gone.
By the time we were there at like 2 o'clock, and they were already
They had
gone.
Philly pretzels,
And hot chocolate
hot
water.
chocolate and water, and they had the World Cup game on. They had England versus France on in the cafe area there.
And it seemed like it was a fun time. Everybody was having a good
Mm-hmm.
time. It was nice. I mean, it was holiday decorated. It was
Mm-hmm.
just a very nice little. It was a fun thing. I mean, it's not like we had to pay money to go to
Yeah, I
it.
mean
I
it's a
mean,
free event,
it's a
for
free
season
event.
ticket
I mean, for
members.
what it is, it was very fun. I mean, the only thing I would say is it would have been cool if
If
like
there was
say
an appearance by like anyone
like
from the team.
Sabat,
I mean, I like that Fang was there. I mean, at least there's
yeah.
that. But yeah, just like somebody from the team, because I mean, I felt like I'm not knocking. It was free and we enjoyed it, but I feel like there just could have been like maybe something else. Just like appearance from someone, even like someone like Sebastian Latu would
Well,
be
I mean,
great.
it's the
Or
holiday
it is
season.
the holiday season, and and I'm like I thought it was nice for what it was.
It was. Oh no,
Yeah.
but my
My
whole thing,
suggestion would be,
even like
at,
a homegrown,
or a homegrown, just somebody,
like
yeah.
you get like you know like Brendan Craig. He's always
Yeah.
seems to be like doing things like Brendan
Hmm.
Craig. I did see like who was it? Jack was in New York, or he's gonna be there tomorrow. He was at some event in New York City for like I think the England game or something
With
like that.
Jack Elliott,
No, Jack
McGlynn.
McGlynn. Yeah, he was there. I mean, like even somebody like Quinn.
Yeah.
Quinn could like she showed up and been like hi,
Yeah.
But no, I mean, again, I'm not knocking it. I think it was a wonderful time. And then afterwards,
Hmm.
we decided to go over to the Union Store. Of course, that was
Well,
good.
by the time we got over there, it was after 3, and we realized, oh yeah, they were only up until 3. Oh well.
But then we did something we never done because usually when we get there, we go to the game, we go to the tailgate, then we go to the stadium, go to Laramie, or we just head home. We actually ended up walking around the stadium, walk down around that little river walk area down to like the boat launch. And
Yeah, we just never actually walked over there, so it was nice. And it's like, oh, let's get some exercise and let's just walk around a little
like,
bit.
let's go see where like the other team
Yeah.
tailgates, the other supporters when they show up, like all that area. So we took some time to do that. And I mean, it's really nice over that area.
Hmm.
The launch was
I mean, it's dirty. I mean, there's
well,
trash and stuff,
I
but
mean, yeah, but I mean, it's
it's
also
a
a
Delaware.
launch. It's also a launch, and it is Delaware. But
Yeah.
um,
But it's a nice setting, others, and it was sunny out and it was not too cold. It was a nice day to just go hang
it
out.
was it was a good day. Then we went over to the Laramie.
Yeah, of course, it's being somewhere that we go after games and it's usually packed. It was kind of funny being at the Larimer after you know, with just being there, after the season, just like, oh yeah, with everything closed and just a few people in there and watching the World Cup and
Just
yeah,
relaxing,
just
talking
relaxing.
to people.
Hmm.
Talked to like I think that guy's like one of the head brewers, and he was talking to us about a
Hmm.
couple things that sounds like some good things with the union are dropping. They were talking. He was
Hmm.
giving us some things that he'd heard from the ground screw
Hmm.
guys that come in and some of the front office guys. So that was cool to hear some of those stories. So we'll see if they come to fruition.
Yeah, we walked over through the Sons of Ben lot area and just
One
like
last
one
time.
last time till we get to our new digs.
So funny story. So we're out behind the river end and like we're walking back to our car. And the whole time I was like, I'm walking there and I'm looking in the stadium. All I could hear in my mind is the chants, like just the chants. And like that actually brought me to tears. Like it's just like,
I thought I saw you getting a little
yeah, I
emotional.
was. And I'm getting a little emotional now because it was just like,
Oh,
oh man,
he's
God.
getting a little for clip talk amongst yourselves.
No, for Clepton's
No.
that video you posted of
Oh,
me in
you
New York City
we're
where
at
I'm like blacked out because I'm in shock. I gotta take a drink. It's water. But yeah, but yeah, no. That was cool. Just to see all that and relive all the awesome moments from the season.
yeah.
So well, we have a new Union player.
We do.
We do, and so Union. Yes, I wrote notes. The Union traded with Orlando. Well, they sent Gam,
Hmm.
which is Garber Bucks. Basic's not even real money. It's
Hmm.
allocation money. Um, to Orlando for 22-year-old Andres Pereira.
Perea. Yeah.
Perea.
Yeah.
Perea. I'm awful with
Perea.
last names, but
Yeah.
anyway, just a little background on this guy. So he grew up in Florida, Tampa
Hmm.
actually. Moved to Columbia when he was 5. Family moved there. Was played for their youth national program. So he came up in the youth national
Hmm.
program. Was a youth national guy. Had a lot of talent. Won a couple tournaments over there. And then in 2020 came back to Orlando. Played 74 matches with them. Scored 4 goals, 2 of which was against the Union.
Yeah. Bangers.
Bangers. Had 1 cap last year in 2021 with the United States national team, the team. Played 4 caps with the U23 team. Um, I mean, 2 goals last year. In 2020 when he came in Orlando when they got him, he was worth, I think on transfer market, I was looking earlier, he was worth like 850,000. That was his value. In 2020, his value was 3 million. So they got him low. He came up at 3 million. Now he's down because this year he kind of had an off year. He's kind of been lost in the shuffle there a little bit.
So it sounds, we
Yes,
like getting guys from Florida, don't we?
yes.
What happened
Everybody,
last time we got a guy from Florida?
yes. But
Carranza?
now he's 2.5. But you got him for like basically 750,000 plus like if he hits certain like incentives to get another 100,000. But I mean, my thought on this is basically, this is a really good piece. We needed it in
Hmm.
midfield. Ernst talked about that. I mean, I was looking at like I think it was Foot Mob and WhoScored.com were talking about they like say like what they think are his strengths. And I'd love to hear some of you guys out there because some of you guys really follow soccer and you have great minds. Like I listen to you guys and go, wow, okay. Um, some of you guys really teach a lot of the modern game, and but they say some of the big things are aerial duels, blocks, through
Hmm.
balls, long balls, like that's some of his strengths, and that fits the mo.
Hmm.
And then, of course, his weaknesses are discipline and poor tackling, but he's also a very good tackler. So he kind of gets, I saw some people saying, oh, well, he gets these bad yellows and, all this. And I'm like thinking to myself, okay, so he's got a little fire under his belly,
Hmm.
maybe.
And
Uh,
who does this sound like to you?
yes. And oh, I've seen that too. Like, oh, this is a replacement. No. Well, that's
We're
the
not
other funny
replacing
thing.
him. Yeah.
No, because this guy plays 3 different positions. He
Hmm.
plays attacking mid, defensive mid, and then he also plays like center mid, but he plays like in like a 3 midfield formation. So he plays the center position, but he also has played in I saw somebody saying Columbia he was playing the right side where Ali plays. So he's probably like a number 2 coming off for Ali. But
so he's got some versatility.
Well, and that's good. The thing. He's not gonna. I don't know if he's gonna be like Julian coming right in, starting and going off. I think he gives. Remember, we have 50 up to 50 matches this year, possibly. He's gonna give us that defensive, offensive. Sub gives us that formation like 3 in the back, like Jim talks about 3 in the back, and I have thoughts on that. But he talks about playing 3 in the back, 3 center backs. Then you go 4 in the mid, 4 in the mid, and then our normal attack. There's a place where he would fit in. So I think it's great business. By Ernst again.
Yes.
Number 2, I think what does he bring to Union? He brings depth, flexibility at the midfield position, which is what we need
with all the games we're going to be playing, especially.
I mean, Odada, both of them are very good with the long ball, short passes, good passing. So there again was another issue. Our midfield times was very poor passing this year. We were not the greatest passing team. So we addressed some needs there. I think what does it bring for him? I think it's a change of scenery because, in 2020, 2021, he was playing really good. 2020, he had some really good games. His passing stats were up. Last year, his stats were really good. I think I was looking at FB Ref. They were talking about he was like something ridiculous with like long balls. He had like some really good stats. And then this year, everything just fell off. It was almost like looking at, who was it? I was looking at, was it Bizo? Like some of his stats from like the year before to this year, and then he fell off again. It was like one of those things. I think he just needs to change the scenery.
Yeah.
He'll have an opportunity to learn behind some really great players, grow, and challenge. And I think it's a win-win for him. It's a win-win for Union. At the end of the day, they're saying this is the most we've ever spent on game. I think Ernst knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I trust him.
I do too. I mean, he's proven himself over and over again. So I'm excited to see what he brings. I'm still curious what the attacking midfield, because I've seen some people say, well, that's the attacking midfield too, because he hit some bangers, 2 bangers. Now, I think attacking mid would be like, somebody come in for Daniel or maybe another striker to replace Corey, although I think that's going to come from the U2 with somebody like Riasco or somebody like that. So we'll see, but that's exciting to see, and I'd be interested to see what some more future signings are. So last topic, let's talk about the food. And I got this idea from friend of the show, Todd Lewis, who has it was like him and I were talking this week, and he was like, hey, I was like, I'm thinking of some other topics, and he's like, why don't you review food? And I'm like, that's an awesome idea. So we were talking about on the drive home. Why don't you lead this episode?
I'm the family and consumer science teacher, right? I teach foods and cooking and all that. Now, so first of all, I don't even get food in there that much anymore ever since, we go to the tailgates, Sons of Ben tailgates, and, get great food there, and pretty much saves me from getting anything in the stadium except for like water usually.
And again, that's why the tailgate is the best value out there. Even for $15, if $15-$20, if you're not Sons of Ben member, A, join. B, I'm going to tell you this right now, $15-$20, that's a great deal. I mean, you get all you can eat, all you can drink.
It's like what you'd pay for like a beer or two in there. Like,
even if you don't drink alcohol, there's water, soda, there's all that, all different types of things. You can have a great time. And food, and the cheesesteaks are amazing. The sausages, they have homemade food. People bring their own food. But
I mean, when we do go in the stadium and get food, like when at first, I was like, oh, pizza cones, that sounds good, right? Okay. And I was like, I'm like, oh, I want to try a pizza cone.
Crank's pizza cones.
Chang's pizza. We have a cat fight going on in our
Okay,
basement.
sorry guys.
Well, sorry about that.
Um,
Anyway, there's a little disagreement of the feline variety in here. But anyway, so yeah, I got a pizza cone one time and I was just like, eh, I mean, it was kind of small and disappointing.
it was
Um,
very disappointing. It was like there was like it
for
was
what
like
you
all
pay for it,
sauce,
and yeah, I mean, they it's a good concept, but they should be a little bit bigger, in my opinion, for what you
right?
pay for it. It's not that hard of a thing to do, to make and everything. So, um, I would say they're a little overrated. But as far as, and they have a lot of good options. I mean, you can't go wrong with Chicky and Pete's crab fries. Okay.
No, I
I
mean
mean, those are good. They have them at like every, Philly sports team
the
event,
thing I
and
like is
I
they
enjoy
give you
them.
two of the
To the
sauces
cheese sauce, yeah.
for you don't have to pay
What's
extra.
included, yeah.
Yeah, whereas like Citizens Bank Park, they used to you had to
You used to have to pay like an extra $2 for one thing of sauce. You go to, their actual restaurants, they give you two of them and it's like way cheaper. Obviously, it's a stadium and there's
yeah.
markup, but like I remember, I used to have season tickets to the Phillies, and you know, even back then when they were on their run, like we're talking like 2009, even then I think the crab fries were like $10 and then an extra $2 for the cheese, like for one cheese sauce. And that was, over 10 years ago. So, obviously it's probably more than that, but I haven't gotten them in a while at the bank. But yeah, it's still like a decent value there. I mean, you get a lot. I do get the crab fries once in a while. Those are good. Probably our favorite though is do you even what is the name of the place?
Which are you talking about the Southern Fry?
No, well, the fried chicken place with the donuts.
Okay, yeah, it's like homemade chicken, or if somebody
This
out
is how
there,
observant I am. It's
yeah,
it's the place next to the Sebastian Latour
near
mural,
where, yeah. So anyway, that's the place we go to a lot of times when we're with our other buddy Todd Albert. He comes along with us.
Shout out Todd, our other Todd friend.
Yes.
Yes.
So when he goes, we always him and I usually go there, grab it. It usually ends up like we'll go there. He'll be like he'll get us each like a bomber, and then like he'll get like a
This
chicken.
happens at the half. Yeah, I stay up and
No,
hang
it's
out
not
and
even that.
oh,
Sometimes it's like at the beginning of the game after we've been at
yeah.
tailgate, we were like both like, let's go get like a chicken sandwich or like wings.
But most of the time, no, it's at the half because then, or you'll go and I'll still be up in, the stands and you'll come back like 5 minutes into it and we will have scored. It happens every time.
What game was that? Where like was that was the Red Bulls game where like I came back at the half. I went in a half. That was the story where I was telling you where it was like I'm sitting there waiting in line for that Red Bulls game, that awful draw when we were man up,
Yeah.
and I get a phone call. Hello. It was so like crowded
Yeah.
in the walkway there, and I'm like, what? And I couldn't understand him. And then finally it was like, get donuts. I'm like, what? Get donuts. Oh, so then I had to wait for donuts. And then finally, when we come up, I'm like, walking, everybody's like, go back down, go back down. They scored.
Yeah, yeah. Our buddy Todd Albert, like, gotta have the donut. Yeah.
But no, that's like a kind of funny thing. And they are good donuts. I mean, for
Yeah.
what you get, they're a good donut. But no, that place I like, there's the
The
Southern
southern food. Yeah,
with
with like,
like brisket mac and cheese. That
yeah,
place is
that's
amazing.
good. Yes.
PJs,
I mean, we have PJs
PJs.
here in Lancaster. We got PJs.
It's their
That's
wings
good,
are
but
okay. It's just wings and fries. Um, the hot dog place, I think it's like Hot Dog Nation or something. Me and Tots
yeah,
have had that a
that's
couple times.
good.
That's really good.
Yeah.
And that's the place sometimes you can get in line because people are like, oh, it's just hot dogs. And it's like they're really good dogs. So
Yeah.
and a lot of times these are times when we don't go to tailgates or like we're running right to the stadium. Like we don't do the tailgate, we just go right to the stadium.
But you know what they should sell there?
What?
Those Danish hot dogs.
Oh yes, we had
Oh,
Danish hot dog in
Lancaster
Lancaster.
Central Market. If you're going Lancaster,
They had
check it
Danish
out.
hot dogs. Oh, they were so good.
Yeah.
But and then I would say for like drinks, I mean, I always gotta go to the Sterling Pig and
Yeah.
get a sniffer, or like they have like their bit cans. Like when we were on that scoring streak of like multiple goals per game, like I was going there and getting like a sniffer every
Yeah.
game. And then other than that, there was we haven't done much towards the press side. There's a couple other spots in there.
Yeah, because really we always like either we go in at the gate by the river end or we go in at the front, at the main like entrance
Mhm.
up there by like the team store and all
Excuse me.
that and come in on the other side there. And so we don't always like walk on the press side there of it, but um where we do stop as soon as we walk in through the gates.
Yes, our secret spot, and we'll reverse. So here's what I'm going to say this right now. And, if you hear this, anytime, there's one place, and I see this all the time. People just stand in line in front of me and they go, I'll just have two waters because it's hot during the summer.
Yeah.
You got to stay hydrated. I mean, that's a number one thing
Mm.
about being a fan out there. Stay hydrated all the time. Is that, you want to get water. Like even during like the winter months, you want to get water. Well, where's the number one place where people either A, aren't really thinking about it at the beginning of the game, or B, like in the winter months, that they don't want anything like that. It's Fang's Frozen Treats.
Fang's Frozen Treats, yes.
There's never a line. Like we walk in there, even like in the hot summer months, there might be like one or two people getting ice cream.
Yeah.
But we just like sit there and we're just like, yeah, we'll have two waters, and we grab them and go. Yeah. I mean, right at the beginning of the game, people aren't thinking about ice cream. That's more of a halftime thing.
Yeah.
So
that's the place to go.
If you're looking for waters for during the game to drink, rather than waiting in line, just go to Fang's Frozen Treats. I'm telling you right now. Now watch, just like all of a sudden this like all season there's like well, not even a secret out. It's just like all of a sudden people are like in there. It's like we'll be like, dang it. But anyway, so yeah, now let's flip the script. And we were on the road 3 times this year. Well,
4 actually, yeah.
4 with the cup. And so NYCFC and we got, what did we have there?
So at NYCFC, we got this, like they had a deal for you get this bucket, like it's like a gallon size bucket.
Yeah.
You could do, bucket of it's French fries and chicken tenders. And it was like wasn't even like that much.
It was like for $15.
Yeah, but like there was a lot. Like
you got like,
we were pretty
like
full
8
after that.
chicken tenders and like a whole. It was mostly fries, but
a lot of fries. But you get like a whole bunch of chicken tenders.
And I'm like, that was a deal.
Yeah. Plus, like now you get a bucket you can keep for whatever. I mean, it was like a plastic bucket. But yeah, like that was a good deal. Honestly.
It was. I mean, chicken tenders and fries were like.
I mean, it was, stadium.
Okay.
It was, it's what you'd get, at any of the things. But that was a pretty good deal, and we enjoyed that.
Let's see, DC. We got chicken tenders and fries.
Chicken tenders and fries, yeah. Because first, I didn't feel like going all the way back down those steep steps. You went down and you got chicken tenders and fries. I mean, that's honestly that's what I always got at the Phillies game too. Like that's stadium food.
That was, and I'll be honest with you, they had some really nice chicken tenders, and they had a really nice menu, and it wasn't expensive. I think our whole bill was like $20 for those 2 things.
Yeah.
Now I think I got like a IPA. I know I got 2 IPAs there during the game. I had 1.5. Yeah. They had that nice open bar with some really good taps, DC taps on there. So
we had plenty of beer beforehand going to the brewery right there by
I love that brewery. And then Red Bull, we didn't
get food because we had a tailgate like right there.
And then we went in there and had waters. They had that nice little thing where you just pay and buy a beer and then like swipe your card and then go.
Yeah,
because we got those orange IPAs which were really delicious.
Yeah, we had some good IPAs there. Yeah.
And then LA, we didn't get food in LA.
Yeah, because we had just been at the tailgate, And
I had gotten like some LA brew and some waters, and that was it.
Yeah.
Most of the time we're on the road.
On edge to eat during that game anyway. So
yeah, I mean, most of the time at those away games, we just get water. Maybe I'll get beer, and that's about it. but yeah, I mean, I think of all the away food, I think DC had the best food. And somebody's probably gonna be like, no, they did not have the best food. But I mean, I'd be interested to see what some other places are.
Yeah, I don't eat much at MLS games. Now, I go to like a baseball game, that's another
Oh
story.
yeah,
We could have a whole podcast on, where we visited for baseballs. We've been out to San Francisco Giants and their food's amazing. Um Citizens Bank Park is of course amazing.
even
Um
Camden Yards has
Camden
really
Yards is great, yeah.
Camden Yards is awesome.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, not soccer related, but I have to say the baseball stadiums, there's some good food there
There
for
is
sure.
some good food there.
Yeah, if you ever have a chance for some of those stadiums, check it out.
So yeah, so that's our closing. I guess we're gonna close up for today. And again, before we go, just want to throw this out there. You know, we lost somebody last night in the soccer community, Grant Wall, long time, basically one of the pioneers. You know, even in MLS, always supportive of the MLS, and just soccer at the national level and international level for general. I mean, it's a real tragic what happened.
It is. It is.
It is. His thoughts and prayers to his family, but you know, he really pioneered and just like on Twitter, some of these guys that are up and coming podcasters, people that have been in the press have met him. It sounds like he was a great man. And so again, thoughts and prayers to his families. And I hate to close on a down note like that, but I just want to throw it out there because I've read some of his stuff. Um and I'd follow some of his stuff, and he always had good points, and
Mhm.
you know, he was always pushing, for improvements in areas that need to be improved in soccer. Let's be honest, there's a lot of
Mhm.
things that still we have a long way to go sometimes in the sport. So, it's just a tragedy.
It is. I mean, yeah, definitely, thoughts out to his family and, of course, this time of year, especially, that's
It's
got to be,
tragic. It's just
it's
tragic.
totally tragic.
So, so coming up here, we're heading into holiday season. Jillian and I have a very special episode. We're going to be unboxing a 34 packs of MLS cards that I recently purchased. See how many Union players we get.
I think we'll also have to show off any union things we get for Christmas or,
Yeah, some of our
um,
apparel. And
although all I want for Christmas.
yes, and then yes, I know that it is still.
Stew.
Yeah, you want Stu
Just
back.
bring back Stu Finley.
Hey,
That's all I
that
all
solve
I
our
want.
center back problem.
Yes.
But also, and if everything goes well, we might have a special guest on the show, but we'll see. But anyway, thanks again for listening. And again, you can follow us on TOTWAG. That's One Team We Agree on Twitter. And then I'm at Coach Omni.
And silly _Jilly.
And we'll see you next time on One Team We Agree on. Doop.
Doop.